This episode is sponsored by Long Beach Transit. Skip the campus parking stress this semester because with a Go Beach Pass in your pocket, busing is easy. Get yours today by visiting routebt.com/CSUOB. Welcome to the Season 3, Episode 11 of Teed Up, where everyone's a sports expert.
The podcast that makes you care about sports.
We're an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State's student-run newspaper, the Daily 49er. I'm Naoki.
I'm Maddie G.
Guys, so as kind of March comes to a close, first of all, happy spring break, everybody. Hope everybody has a great time during their break. I think we all need this, right? But as one thing comes about, the spring break, we have another big spring sport that's starting up right now. Opening day was yesterday, so we're recording this on Friday, March 29th. I know this is primarily Dodgers country. Maddie,
It's not.
you would argue? No. Okay, well, to talk some baseball, it's a pretty hot topic right now in the world of sports. Football is kind of soccer is kind of in its closing season, in its closing stages, as is the NBA, right? What to hit postseason.
Hockey too.
Hockey as well. Soccer is getting in their later stages, and then the NFL is kind of in the twilight of their off season right now. But on the show with us today are two new faces. So sitting right across from me is our managing editor here at the Daily 49er, Cerrito College's finest, Samuel Chacko.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for
brother.
having me.
And then a student writer from, if you guys remember Barb, we had her on last season. One of her students from the beginning. Is it writing and reporting for the Daily 49er?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And essentially our resident Dirtbags beat writer, Adrian Medina.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here. I know this is a sport that I'm kind of new to. I'm coming around to it. Maddie asked me earlier,
Did you watch a game?
did I watch a game yesterday? I said no. Haven't watched the game because the Celtics proceeded to lose to the Hawks for a second straight time in the span of a week, and I was a very sad day. But Maddie, this is for what feels like the third or fourth straight episode. I think I just let you cook, but this is your sport. This is your realm.
Yeah, you couldn't have caught me on a worse day, really. I went into so much expectations for baseball being back. I was so excited, and it took all of one game, the first game of the year, because of rain and postponements, to just be like, I love the sport. I'm cynical about it, but it's baseball season, right?
Yep.
I know we could jump into opening day. I think we can start actually the Soul Series. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
what were you guys' thoughts on the Soul Series? Dodgers play in the Soul Series.
Yeah. I actually woke up for both games, committed myself. Yeah.
What time were those games? Like what, 3 a.m.?
Yeah, both games were at 3 a.m. Yeah, and the day before the first game, the day before I had the USC game to cover for the Dirtbags, and I got home at like 10:30, and I still had to write it. So I really didn't go to sleep until 12-ish to make sure everything was cool. So I took like a 3-hour nap, roughly. But once it hit, like, I remember the fourth inning, I was just falling in and out of sleep. And I took a nap for an inning and then woke up immediately. But yeah, the Soul Series was very much worth it to stay up for.
That's surprising. I feel like a lot of people were hating on the Soul Series heavily just because a week or two before the season, 3 a.m. starts. Giving us two West Coast teams with 3 a.m. starts, couldn't have pushed it back a little bit more, giving us East Coast teams. I know Ohtani was like the focus, and then Ha-Seong Kim, but
Yeah, I must be killing you right now seeing Ohtani in the Dodgers uniform. It's okay. It's fine.
I mean, not really. He's like in the middle of a massive investigation.
Yeah.
We're living large in LA, Anaheim, whatever you want to call us.
In the middle.
Yeah. I know
Everything
the
in between.
Dodgers, broadcasters have been calling them the Anaheim Angels again.
I mean, I liked when they were the California Angels. That was pretty sick.
Best
Yeah.
logo, too.
That was the best logo, yeah.
Really?
But the big talking point for the Soul Series, Yamamoto.
Kind of
Couldn't have been really worse.
Yeah, that was man, I kind of figured that, it's his first time facing, MLB hitters. I really expected it to be way worse, honestly.
Really?
But, I feel like he needs at least, I'm going to give it to like June,
Yeah.
for him to settle down and to really get his pitches right.
I think it's fair. A lot of people talked about it. Looked like he just his fastball, no command, no movement, just got absolutely torched, which is an expectation. I know they say the baseball in the U.S. is different than the baseball in the MPB. It's harder to grip.
Oh, yeah.
And then coming out of spring, usually you expect pitchers to get the better of batters during spring, but yeah, just tough outing. He's still the betting odds favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Love
I
that.
mean, he's 25 and like the best pitcher out of Japan. He
Yeah.
won like what 3 straight Cy Youngs in Japan
Yeah, and won the Triple Crown
for pitching. Yeah, like
which is insane to do in the MPB.
Yeah, and like there's like a bunch of games that are still gonna go on. You know, I think with all sports, there's this over exaggeration of, oh, this rookie is not doing that good. He sucks. He's overrated. He's overpaid. But I think again, there's a lot of baseball to be played. I think especially with how stacked the Dodgers team is, like he has a lot of opportunities. He has a lot of like space to kind of learn and grow in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I think it hurts more of the $1 billion investment between him and Ohtani and the news breaking after game
Oh, yeah.
one
Yeah.
of Ohtani, and then you're like, let's hope our
You're like,
$300
oh.
million investment can win big tonight, and you get 1 inning. And you just hope everyone was sleeping, which they were. Worked out.
The Japanese economy is booming right now. It's gonna be booming for the next 10 years.
I mean, Japanese baseball is huge. Rentaro Sasaki just moved from Japan to play college baseball at Stanford. He was like a high school prospect.
Dang.
It's getting big. Like they're now electing to come to the U.S. just for college baseball too.
Come on now. Come on. Come on.
Do you feel like that kind of started off with Ohtani, or do you think that started off kind of like even earlier than that?
The people like Ohtani, Yamamoto, they looked up to Ichiro.
Yeah.
And that was for me too. I wasn't even a baseball player, but like Ichiro, I think for us, I'm talking about us, like, you know. But even like growing up in Japan, like Ichiro was like he's an icon. Like he was one of the first Japanese athletes that like really made it big in the world of sports for us, and he really paved the way for Japanese people to really make it really big in America in the world of sports. We're so have yet to see it in a lot of, well, really any other sport. Maybe you look at Naomi Osaka over there in tennis, and you look at European soccer, where you're seeing now guys like Wataru Endo, Kaoru Mitoma, and Takumi Minamino in the past. But like, see, like for myself as a big basketball fan, like I don't want to look up to guys like Yuta Watanabe, you know, like I love the guy, love the guy. Or like, even like Rui Hachimura, you know, like there've been more, I think, but even outside of baseball, I think Japan still has quite a ways to go in that department, I think, in America.
I think realistically, Otani's what's causing more people to come.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing with baseball in Japan is it's the biggest sport. Like it's massive in Japan. You watch, it's military.
Yeah.
Like acumen, how they train baseball players. They're like 10-hour practices. They're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So baseball's big there. MPB is big there. And the reason a lot of players never came was the money. Yeah. Like you're going to get paid more in the MPB unless you wait out the years for like vesting and everything. And you get to the point where you're not getting arbitration.
Yeah.
And you can get posted because realistically, the MLB is like the worst when it comes to paying players when they're young. I mean, it's 7 years to hit ARB.
Yeah, it's insane.
So,
the money situation in the MLB is insane.
So you have to wait to get posted. But I think a lot more players now are like, I don't want to wait to get posted, and are coming earlier for that reason.
Do you think that might be because of the hype? Do you think that might be like anything like that, or it's just like I think
it's
I'm
the best
talented.
baseball league in the world. They want to compete. I mean, the MPB. I would love to see like us go back to playing like USA versus MPB games. That used to be a thing, or like even like a World Series of MPB's best team versus MLB's best team. Because I think the World Baseball Classic made it obvious it's closer than people think. They call it quadruple A. We watched a Rockies game yesterday. I easily think probably every team in the MPB could beat the Rockies. So it's just like one of those things where I think they're the best at their sport in their country, and they want to come play. And that's like perceived as the best country for baseball.
But I sometimes I look at these like baseball contracts, like the one that Ohtani just signed, the one that Bryce Harper signed a couple years ago, the one that Mike Trout signed a few years before that. I'm like, dude, see, basketball is the only thing that I've watched for a very long time, and for the entire time that I've been a fan, like the year maximum was 5. Yeah, it's always been 5.
Yeah,
for that time that I watched it, and like you rarely see like a $700 million contract. So it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Like who's doing it? Which one's doing it wrong?
I think baseball contracts are technically honestly wrong, but it depends on like the value you're looking at. Because like Will Smith got 10 years, 140. That's like brilliant when you look at it from the baseball
That's true.
point of view. You're like you're paying 10 years, 140, 14 mil a year for like arguably best catcher in the sport. What does year like 6 through 10 look like?
Yeah.
Who knows? But you probably got such great value for 1 through 6, and that's where baseball looks. Like, you want to take advantage of those first 4 years, really, and they're just paying for like what they did.
That's crazy though.
Or you get the Rendon situation,
which is what
you fade into like irrelevance in year 1, year 2, and then you're just paying it. I like the Pujols contract, Miguel Cabrera. There's so many.
But that must be brutal though for a franchise. Like,
you're just paying dead money.
It's just dead cap.
Yeah.
Like it's like I remember when in the NBA when Josh Smith got let go from the Pistons, like for like the next like 5 years, like they were still paying out his contract. He was making like $60 million a year. He's not even playing in the NBA anymore.
That's kind of how I felt with Stanton, you know? Like, he had, like, what is it, like 10, 12 years or something along those lines, and he's been kind of not really good. But that's kind of how I felt, too. I think when you see, like, even football and things like that, I think it's interesting. But I think one thing I want to bring up is Scott Boras, you know? I think that's really interesting. He's signing all these big names, like, maybe, like, a year or so ago, and now, like, he's kind of – it feels like there's deals that he could have taken, and he just left it off the table to take, like, a shitty deal, essentially. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like, Boris is flipping burgers next offseason.
Yeah.
The way this one went, like,
Dude.
Boris ruins the sport a little bit. And this offseason, he just let down every client he had.
It was an exclamation point.
Yeah,
really
like,
about
I mean, the
how-
offseason was so long and dragged out. It felt like, you're like, where's everyone going to sign? And they all took such cut deals and got, like, played by Boris. And there's reasons for all of them. I don't think any of them were, like, perfect contracts like Bellinger.
Yeah.
All the stats are down. Is he really going to, like, outperform his expectations? I hope so. I like Bellinger. Wanted him to come to the Angels last year, but
There
you don't
you go.
know. Montgomery, there's a case to be made for the Angels. He was probably the best of any pitcher.
Yeah.
And he got 25 mil, I think, with a 1 year deal. That's probably going to go to 2 with options.
Yeah.
You got Snell, who cannot hit the strike zone to, like, save his life, but he's, like, a Cy Young caliber pitcher.
There you go.
And it's just, yeah, that's, like, where baseball's at. There's
Yeah.
very few perfect players, and the perfect players get bought up pretty quick.
This offseason was it was fun, and it was like, wow, it really put the sport into a great perspective of money and players' values to a team. And just, I mean, as a fan, you see it, you're like, wow, this season could be like the best season ever or the worst season ever.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you're like City. I don't
Oh,
even know.
yeah.
Like, it's like Newcastle. You spend all this money.
Mhm.
And then you go from having Champions League football to being in 10th, 11th place in the Premier League.
Yeah. I mean, I do think this is going to be the best year of baseball. Like, everyone I talk about baseball, I think baseball's in its best spot, personally, ever.
You think this?
I do. I think
Wow.
baseball is
Yeah.
in, like, a great spot as far as, like, attracting an audience and, like, very competitive up and down the league.
I really got to lock in there.
There's some bad
Yeah.
teams for sure, but there's a lot of competition and a lot of young players, is which makes it fun. So, like, getting into opening day, I mean, you get to see Wyatt Langford debut yesterday. Today, Jackson Cheerio debuts. That's, like, Jackson Cheerio, I think, was like one of the youngest leadoff hitters ever at 20 years old. He was born in 2004.
Yeah. Someone from 2004 is playing in the MLB right
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Like, I remember hearing when players were, like, born in 2000 thing. That was crazy. Like, someone younger than me, because I was born in 99. Now it's like 2004. There's people 5 years younger than, like, me debuting.
Bro, this dude's in the NBA that were born like in 2009 or 2005.
Yeah, like Wemby and stuff.
Dude, Gigi Jackson was born like in 2004, and I'm like, bro, what?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Gigi Jackson is like six months younger than Bronny James, but he just went toe to toe with LeBron James just the other night. But then but the thing is that, like, when it comes to like age and being like, we saw the New York Red Bulls player, like that kid that he's like, what, 16 or he's 15 turning 16.
The one in Sun City.
No. He was gonna. Because in New Jersey, the labor law says that if you're under the age of 16, you can't work past 7 p.m. So when they kicked off at like in that noon
They
kickoff,
sub him off.
they let him play. But if
Okay.
their kickoff is at like 6 p.m., they can't play him,
That's crazy.
which is crazy.
It's crazy.
But like, you have like pro athlete, you have like soccer players in Europe making pro debuts, first team debuts at like 16 years old.
Yeah, I think it's just, like, really good for the sport. Especially, with youngness in baseball. Like, Bobby Witt Jr. signed a massive deal before opening day. Jackson Cheerio signed a massive deal before even debuting. Ellie De La Cruz is going to play a full year. O'Neal Cruz is healthy, going to play a full year. Every team has, like, something to look forward to almost, besides the Rockies. Ezekiel Tovar got a big deal, which was, like, great for them.
And it really depends, too, on, like, player development for teams, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's always so, like, inactive or inaccurate, how they say it. Like they say, like, oh, Dodgers are number 3 and Yankees are, like, number 10. I mean, that could be true. Yeah. But it also depends on, like, you know, player development and how, like for example, Padres, they have their catcher who's just turned
Ethan
17.
Salas,
Who just turned 17. And he's their number 1 prospect in the catcher position, which is crazy. And, you know, I'm also excited for Jackson Holiday, too. I mean, he's crazy. The Orioles are looking insane.
And then that's the other thing is Jackson Holiday is with baseball. Baseball loves to exploit the youth. Baseball loves it. Like, store
Yeah.
Jackson Holiday for 2 weeks so you get an extra year. And that's what we're going to do. And it's just like baseball, I think the best way to identify it is if you're aging, you're almost worthless because you're going to have to get more money.
Yeah.
Or take a flyer on a minor league invite. Get the young kids in who are on like low salaries. And that's why we see it so much more. Like the Angels, that's all we do. Bring in young players and bring in like veteran non-roster invites and hope they fly like Miguel Sano.
We know how you felt about opening day. Well, as a Dodgers fan, how'd you feel about opening day yesterday?
I think yesterday was a perfect example of the 1 through 4 spot in that lineup. You know, Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Smith. Like, that was a perfect example of how it's supposed to go. Like, that is how it's supposed to be from game 1 to 162. Like, they're supposed to go through that lineup, score at least once every time they're up, you know? And Tyler Glasnow, for his first start, you know, home game basically for him. He's a Southern California kid. He did great, you know, 6 innings, struck out 5, I believe. Crazy pickup. That was, honestly, I was more excited about his pickup than the Ohtani one, I think. That's, dude, because the Dodgers needed a starting pitcher, dude. Like, they just needed pitching so bad, dude.
I love hating on the Dodgers so much. And yeah, their offseason was pretty good. Like, I don't think the Ohtani pickup was like necessarily what they needed. And I really hope it backfires and like doesn't work. But starting pitching is such a need and like something they had to address ever since Kershaw's been aging.
True.
You haven't like seen the prospects develop.
Yeah.
Don't even want to really mention Julio Urias and like just a lot of things that have fallen apart in that rotation.
That I know about.
Julio Urias.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure everyone knows about
Yeah.
that.
So it's just like getting Glass now. Getting Yamamoto, which Yamamoto should honestly project as a number 1, number 2 anyways. Like,
Yeah.
I know I was corning on him, but he's going to be good.
Leave him alone.
That's what the Dodgers need.
Yeah, that.
I don't think it leads to number 8.
Yeah, I mean that starting 1, 2, 3 for the first 3 pitchers of the rotation. I mean Glasnow, Yamamoto, and then Miller. I mean, I think is crazy because Miller's gonna have his breakout year. I hope. I really hope. I hope Dodgers don't get plagued again by injuries like it's every single year. And
See,
barely.
a Dodgers fan complaining about injuries should not happen. The Yankees literally got like destroyed by injuries. We needed pitching. We needed someone like Yamamoto. We needed somebody to like get some sort of signing or something, and we didn't really get that. Of course, Garrett Cole is now injured, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
but I'm like, you know what? Beating the Astros was just so good because of the comeback and just because how gritty they were.
Yeah.
Looking at like the bases loaded stuff, they were just able to drive runs, not just by like a home run or fluke, anything like that, but they were just able to drive runs in constantly with like bases loaded stuff and just hitting clutch hits, especially with Juan Soto. That was huge. That was really huge.
Pitching reinforcements are on your way in the forms of JT Brubaker. That was the trade today. That 4.69 ERA last year for the Pirates is going to look nice out there in Yankee Stadium. But yeah, the Yankees failed to address a lot of stuff. And I hated the Yankees up until last year when our former co-host Isabel like swayed me to the Yankees a little bit. It's a franchise in collapse.
Yeah.
There's so many issues. And I think Yankees fans do deserve a little bit better, as much as they like are annoying and talk about how we're the best franchise in like the sports history.
In all honesty, though, at least they got Juan Soto. You know, at least they got something. Like, let's just say if Judge gets injured or whatever the case may be, Juan Soto's able to at least carry the load and actually like put offensively, like kind of clutch hitting in that sense. It felt like sometimes they were just able just to stall against these like really good teams. I think it kind of puts us over. Obviously, pitching is a big need, but at that point, we'll see what happens there.
There's one key issue. If Juan Soto walks, if Juan Soto walks, that franchise is set back so far.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
where like Cashman has to be fired at that point, and like it's just crazy to think a spot where the AL East has literally become the Red Sox and the Yankees at 4-5 penciled in.
Yeah, and I mean, God, the AL East was such a dominant force in all of baseball. Now it's just like some, lower end of the barrel type. All these teams just collectively together. And
like it's the Orioles division just run away with now.
It's just crazy.
And like the Blue Jays are up there, and even the Rays, because the Rays can never do wrongs, but like the Yankees and the Red Sox being like,
I guess think about it like a couple years from now, like a couple years ago, maybe like a decade ago. Do you really think that was gonna happen?
That's
Pretty much
what I'm
it's gonna flip, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's like crazy to think
division
about.
Flipped from last place.
Yeah.
It just flipped.
It fully flipped, and it's kind of because of the youth.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we're gonna transition to a segment that So you guys are new here. I don't know how often you guys have watched CW, if at all. You guys should. But Maddie, this has become more and more of your show. We gotta trade seats.
I would love that. Not really. I hate being in the
Well,
lead
you
seat.
gotta. I'm not a lead though. I'm just here. I'm just talking. But this is your segment. It's Frank break time.
It
Maddie,
is.
take us away, Brody.
First Frank break of baseball season.
Yes.
And not a whole lot I can report, but I do have two.
'Kay.
Two big ones, baseball related, opening day related.
All right.
I don't know who watched the Mets game, but I'm just gonna salute the service to Seymour Wiener.
Seymour.
No, it's Seymour.
Is it Seymour?
Yeah,
His name
they
is
said-
literally
yeah,
pronounced
Seymour.
But it's,
Seymour.
it's
Wiener.
spelled Seymour.
They pronounce it
They
Seymour.
pronounce it Seymour.
Well,
Salute to Seymour Wiener.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
for your
service.
service.
Thank you, sir.
And then the other one was BetUS, which bad timing to talk about betting in baseball, realistically, to be honest. But BetUS is hiring a wiener connoisseur who will be responsible for measuring the length and diameter and weight
oh,
of the hot dog of all 30 MLB stadiums. You can apply. They'll fly you out, pay for your travel,
Damn.
and then pay you $2,500 total to go measure hot dogs.
but like, what's the time span? Like, do they give you like
They don't
a
even
month?
give. I can click the application.
You
Like,
should
I-
apply.
I was already on it.
Yeah, we are hiring wiener connoisseur. Help us find the biggest wiener in Major League Baseball. Size does matter.
Let's
so that's the
size.
goal, just to find the biggest.
Yeah, to find the biggest wiener in Major
Oh,
League
there's
Baseball.
more gifts though. $2,500 cash, a
Damn.
$500 gift card at the MLB gift shop, and 1 year subscription to MLB TV. I might apply to that.
Yes, I mean, all it needs is your name, email, state, and then just why we should pick you to be the wiener connoisseur.
Honestly, if anybody was gonna be suited to be wiener connoisseurs, it's me and you, or the the Loval twins and their brother.
Oh yes,
Mm.
their brother should apply.
Their brother should apply.
He makes hot dogs for golf courses.
He
Great
does.
hot dogs we've heard.
Crazy.
We gotta get them out, get them back.
What
Get 'em
stadium do you think is gonna win that though?
Well,
Because,
so- Everyone already knows the longest hot dog, and I don't know if they're going for the longest hot dog or like where the science is going. The longest hot dog's Texas because they have like the boomstick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That thing's like crazy, but I don't know. I don't know what the actual like research they're looking for, what they're trying to craft. Maybe it's price. I think they're trying to do the price because you have to get the price and everything, and they probably
Mm.
want to see like who's got the best hot dog for value.
Where do the Rangers play? Is it Dallas?
Arlington.
Arlington. Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Thank you for that, Maddie. I think, and if you guys are interested in being wiener connoisseurs,
And
You
the
should
application.
hit the application on Bet. Who is not even sponsored? Why am I?
I know.
What am I doing?
Give 'em the free ads.
Yeah.
man.
No. As a Japanese person,
Gambling sponsor.
as a Japanese person, I can endorse betting right now. Otani, I back you. All right. With us recording on March 29th, with opening day being yesterday, and I'm not 100% sure if we're going to post this either the week of during spring break, which would be April 3rd,
Uh-huh.
or we're going to post it the week we get back, which would be April 10th. We just kind of wanted to do what, a lot of sports podcasts tend to do at this time of the year, which is way too early. After day one, award predictions. So we're gonna kind of go around the table, myself not included, because I didn't watch a single game
I
yesterday.
feel like you wouldn't know the teams in the divisions anyway.
I'll have to
Yeah.
look it up.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that these division predictions that you have on our script is who will finish at the top of these
Yes.
divisions.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll kind of breeze through these. Go around the table. Who do you guys pick to lead the AL East or the American League East
Yep.
division? Maddie,
I'm going with the Orioles. I really do think they're about to fly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Very quick and easy.
Yeah. Orioles too.
Chacko.
Well, I'm a Yankees fan. I gotta pick the Yankees. I mean, that would be such a disservice to be a Yankees fan and then pick the Orioles. I'm picking the Yankees. They're gonna kill it.
If you didn't say the Yankees, I wouldn't have known that they were in the AL East. But okay, Maddie, the American League Central Division.
The Central for the AL and the NL is both like so tough to choose. I think they're both open. I'm kind of going with youth again. I think the Royals honestly can kind of prove something here this year with Bobby Witt and play into this new franchise and pick up the Central. I'm a Guardians fan, so I
Yeah.
should pick the Guardians, but I really do think the Royals have a chance.
Honestly, this is like so hard. Like you said, Central's so hard to
Mhm.
like in any year. It's so hard to predict. But I'm going with the Twins. Honestly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shout out Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Okay, I would probably say, I'm a Yankees fan. I think I want the Twins to win that one. Yeah.
That's surprising. That was Joey Gallo's landing spot after leaving New York.
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much crucified him, so.
Should I make one?
Yeah, you got
Just make a random one.
Yeah, who's your
For
shot?
free.
Okay, so for AL East,
Mhm.
shout out the Celtics. I'm going with the Red Sox.
Love it.
Okay.
Come on.
Nice.
Okay.
AL Central. I'm gonna go with the Twins too. I like Anthony Edwards. I like Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards plays for the Timberwolves,
Yeah.
but up to Minnesota. Okay, AL West.
This is like such a 4-horse
Come on, Maddie.
race.
Back your corner, bro.
I'm saying it's a 4-horse race, almost ironically. Because I don't think the Angels do have a chance, but I want to believe it.
You think you're gonna do worse than the A's?
It's the Texas Rangers for me.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people aren't high on them, kind of coming into this season, think they're going to regress. I'm not sold on the Astros. I really think the Mariners have a lot more issues than people kind of talk about.
Yeah. I don't want to say my answer because I'm a Dodgers fan and I'm just going based off stats and just everything. But I think the Houston Astros, I mean, they just look,
Wow.
they're always so dominant for whatever reason, dude. For whatever reason.
All right, I'm gonna pick the Angels. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna pick the Astros.
He said, "No, I'm kidding."
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I just want to give you a little hope, you know. I'm gonna pick the Astros. Yes, I'm a Yankees fan. I hate saying that the Astros are gonna win the division. You know, you know what? As a Yankees fan, I want the Astros to win. I want
There you
to
go.
crush them. You know,
Okay.
at that playoff time. So we'll go with the Astros.
Are we still platinum members of the Jose Altuve
Oh,
Appreciation
I love
Society?
Jose Altuve.
I don't do that. Don't do
So
that.
beautiful.
This side does not like.
If you were
Altuve
here
at all.
season 1, you know.
Having a Yankees fan on the other side was so easy to rile her up. Just talking Jose Altuve
Dude,
and
Joey
Joey Gallo. And we had a Dodgers fan too.
Yeah, it's
He
sunny.
played, both of them played both franchises.
There you go. All right. The National League East, Maddie.
Atlanta Braves. I mean, there's really no question. The Phillies have an outside shot also.
Hmm.
The Braves are the best team in baseball. Like, the Braves are the best
Are
team
they?
in baseball. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I can't say nothing because barely game 1, but yeah, I would pick the Braves too.
I picked the Braves. I think it's a sweep. Honestly, I feel like the Phillies could be a streaky team, but I just don't think they'll take that division. I think the Braves are more of a solid pick.
I'm gonna back my fellow Philly.
Go for Gary.
Go my boy Gary. I don't like the Sixers, but I do love the Eagles, so I'm gonna go with the Phillies. All right, Maddie. The National League Central Division.
Back to the Central. I think there's a realistic case for every single team. Even the Pirates, like, raise it for the Pirates. I love the Buccas, Anil Cruz, but I want to see Cincinnati do it.
Okay.
Another young team, just exciting baseball. You could sell me on literally any team on any day and why they could win this division.
Yeah, got a couple of former dirtbags over there on the Reds.
We
Yeah,
do.
just
got drafted.
Yeah.
Connor Burns,
Connor Burns.
Graham.
There you go.
Yeah, across the board, man. It's like it's anybody's league to do this, but I'm gonna raise the Jolly Roger, man. Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes.
Yo.
I have to.
I'm gonna go with the Reds. I know a lot of Pittsburgh Pirates fans are probably gonna hate his prediction, jinxing it right here, just because of how like Pittsburgh is. But I'd go with the Reds. I think they're a solid team. I think De La Cruz is a really good player. I think he's gonna be a star at some point. I just think the Pirates are gonna choke it. So I'll go with the Reds, man.
I mean, that's a valid point. I mean, they have before.
Yeah.
Raise it.
This is the energy that we need. I think I'm gonna go. See, I feel like the one person that does their March Madness bracket because of the
Vibes.
because of the logos
Oh,
of the college team.
uh-huh.
I'm looking at this list.
Yeah.
I like the Brewers logo. It's very creative.
Baseball
yeah.
glove with the M and the B.
Yeah, and the M
Yeah.
and the B. I'm gonna go with the Brewers.
It is a
bro.
great logo.
Yeah, they have a great logo.
Who's that? Yelich?
Yelich,
Christian
yeah.
Yelich.
Yeah.
I've seen him at a few Bucks games.
There you go.
Chugging beers. Come on now. All right. The National League West Division, Maddie.
It's the Dodgers.
Wow.
The Giants are my second favorite team this year. I'm rooting for the most, but even with the signings and reinforcements, Dodgers will win the division. Really, no question. I think that's where you were going when you said the Braves aren't the best team
Yeah.
in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Okay, Dodgers, but
Really?
But yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, but all around, I mean, just on paper, they should. Okay, I'm just gonna say it because unlike a couple years back, when the Giants actually not scored, but they won 100+ games and beat the Dodgers out of a division title was actually crazy. But on paper, the Dodgers should take this the NL West like nothing.
We're gonna look back at this at season 4 and see how well this age.
Matty C is gonna be so excited when the Giants win 117 to break the record.
Dude, oh my God. Dude,
I think I'll go with the Dodgers.
Okay.
I don't think you know this about me, but I'm a Class A Los Angeles hater, especially the Dodgers. I
thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah.
I think it's like a Class A LA native,
Yeah.
born and raised.
I hate the Dodgers. I hate them the most. So like, yeah, it's a family thing because my family's from LA and everything like that.
Sure.
It feels like they're bandwagon sometimes, so I have to hate on them. But I think the Dodgers are gonna win this NL West. But I'll say this: they're gonna choke it anyways, just like they always do. Other than maybe like the little Mickey Mouse win, the World
Yes,
Series.
we need
you
to
know.
know. Mouse.
come
You
on.
know,
Dude.
that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna lose it already. you
I
know,
feel like
so
it's
good.
3-1 right now.
I haven't picked yet. I don't know, man.
Hey, sell me on those Rockies.
You know
Only
what?
improve.
Come on. No,
With the power of friendship, they can win.
if you do well enough, Sam Blum will go to your stadium. I gotta go the Dodgers, no?
Yeah.
If I couldn't pick the Dodgers, because I'm obviously gonna pick the Dodgers.
I mean, if the Dodgers are not in this division, it's fun.
That's
like
true.
The
Yeah.
Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants are all around the same.
I was about
level.
to say that, but I'm about my boy Manny. Shout out
Oh,
to
you're gonna up the
Padres. I'm
Friars?
at the yeah. Come on. Well, after the Dodgers, of course.
Okay.
I'm only gonna support the Padres because of Manny.
There you go.
And Manny's my guy. So, did you want to go through some of the individual awards?
We can do them really quick. Run it down.
Run it down. We'll do once again.
I put
the-
them both NL and AL, so just go back to back.
Okay, so
Two
NL
names, yeah.
AL Rookie of the Year.
Jackson Cheerio, Wyatt Langford. I think it's pretty standard. Jackson Holiday, if he was playing for the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks, would probably be up there, but yeah, Cheerio, Langford.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but honestly, my heart wants to say Jackson Holiday, but I'll keep it between those two.
I'm not very familiar with the rookies. I would just go with what Matty says. I think he has some
Yeah.
good predictions.
Yeah.
Sure.
Both have Dodgers hate, so there we go. We'll go with those two.
There we go.
I'm gonna back you then.
Okay.
The NL MVP and AL MVP.
We saw it on display yesterday. Mike Trout still got the power. I think Mike Trout's going to win another MVP.
Whoa.
Number 4, I think it's the year. And then Freddie. I think Mookie Betts is probably going to have a pretty low DRS, realistically. He hasn't looked great at shortstop. I think it's Freddie's year to win an MVP as well.
Freddie
Yeah.
Freeman.
How many homers you think Trout's gonna hit then? You think he's gonna hit that
Conservatively,
50 or-
42.
Okay.
Over
Yeah.
42.
I need him to hit 40, dude.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Oh.
Yeah, but AL, I have Trout. Yeah, AL, I have Trout. NL, I want to say Shohei. I really do.
He can as a
But-
DH.
But like, you can't. Like,
It's
you
just
can only
not
do
possible.
so much.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Corbin Carroll.
I like that. I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So
Passing the torch.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'm thinking Judge might get injured, so I'll go Soto. I'll go Juan Soto. He might. Well, I was thinking, they might both hit 50 home runs. They might hit 100. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see.
Sure.
It's a little bit broad, but I would probably say, I'll go on a limb here. I think Yamamoto gets MVP. I think he kills it.
Wow.
I think he kind of comes
Whoa.
back.
Come on.
I think
Hey,
he gets
come
it.
on.
I
It's
think
not
he
the
get it.
craziest call. I have seen people saying Yamamoto could easily get votes this year for MVP.
Yeah.
Come on. You're my favorite guest we've ever had. All right. Cy Young, NL AL.
Cy Young's a little harder, and I went with 2 off the board, I think, but I'm going Zach Gallen. I really like Zach Gallen. I really like the Diamondbacks and what they could do this year, needing that true ace of the rotation. And then Tarek Skubal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a name that no one is picking.
I watched a YouTube video 2 days ago why Tarek Skubal could win the Cy Young, and I like the Tigers. I like young teams that no one gives any hope to. So.
Yeah.
Aiden
Skubal
or
and
Ellie.
Gallen.
Aiden or Ellie, whichever one of you, or both of you, are editing this episode.
Skubal.
There you go.
Skubal.
Adrian.
All right. AL, Cy Young, Corbin Burns. Man,
Yeah,
God, he is so dominant. He was so
It was
dominant.
on full display yesterday against the
full display.
Angels.
Yeah, you saw it. I know. I was going to say, you saw it.
11 strikeouts, 1 hit, 6 innings. Yeah.
Oof.
And I'm going to be biased on this one. Glass now. I don't think Yamamoto yet. I don't think so yet.
Hmm.
I would like him to win it his first year, but Glass now is better technically.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna pick the Yankees. I'm gonna go Garrett Cole.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go again. Yes, he's injured. I know.
No, I know.
He might not pitch for 3 months.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? He might just go on a crazy run. You know,
I wanted
who
to
knows?
hold it in so bad, dude. I was like trying my best.
I was like, listen, man, I gotta pick all the Yankees players. You know, they gotta get 100 games. You know, we'll see.
Good
But
for Nasty Nestor at least.
see, he was a little bit rough that first game.
Bro, he's a mixture of both me and you as sports fans. Like cynical and hating, but also like we still gotta back
You
our
gotta back your
guys.
boys.
And if I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick Yamamoto as MVP, I gotta pick him as Cy Young.
Okay, I was
I'll go
hoping you made
Yamamoto.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say if you
Sure.
picked him, they get the
That'd be
MVP
literally-
vote.
That would have been the most fitting teed up thing ever.
Let's just go Glass now. Yeah, let's just go tell Glass.
it would be
now.
like I got Victor Wembanyama to win league MVP, but you know,
He's not gonna win rookie.
yeah,
of
but
the
he's
year.
not winning
It's
rookie of the year. No. Yeah, I got Chad rookie of the year, but I got Wemby MVP. Well, first of all, before I do the ad read, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. It's your first time, so how'd you guys like it?
It was cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Chacko.
I absolutely hated it. No, I'm kidding. It was great. I mean, it was great. The banter, the fun. You know, we had all these different type of perspectives. You know,
How did we not have him here
Chacko to
sooner?
ruin.
Yeah.
Just ruined my dreams.
Oh, that's our managing editor, guys.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm very excited. I'm gonna start watching baseball starting today.
Watch baseball. It's a
Yes,
great sport.
it is a
and
great
a great
sport.
time to watch it.
Honestly, like you said. I think it'll be a great year for baseball. And if you're saying that it's gonna be a great year for baseball,
Yeah, like it
I
might
gotta-
not be a great year for me, but it'll be a great year for baseball.
if you say it's gonna be one of the best years of baseball, I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to.
There you go. There you go.
I did say though I was gonna watch more hockey at the beginning of the season. Haven't watched a single ounce of hockey. I will say that. That's
I've
my
watched
bad.
like 2 games. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Playoffs are around the corner. That's the best time for hockey.
There you go. Thank you to our sponsor, Long Beach Transit. Looking to study abroad this semester? Roll with us and see how chill getting to class can really be. Grab your Go Beach Pass by visiting rawbt.com/CSUOB. And thank you guys for joining us in the Season 3, Episode 11 of Teed Up. Thank you to our video editor and producer, Aidan Swanepoel, and our multimedia producer, Nicklin. If you want to stay up to date on the latest in Long Beach State sports, check out our website, daily49er.com, and follow us on socials at daily49er. Have a great spring break, everybody, and we'll catch you guys when we get back. Come on!